This video is brought to you by Squarespace.
I'm on my way now. I'm on my way now. I'm on my way now.
In this video, we're going to be trying some absolutely mouth-watering, delicious food here in Turkey. Now, if you don't know much about Turkish food, get ready.
We are in the city of Izmir, and Turkey happens to be super famous for its amazing food. It also happens to be one of our top foods in the world, so we're really excited. Today is going to be delicious.
So right now we are in the bazaar, or like on the outskirts of the bazaar. If you want to see more about the bazaar, we were here in the last video, but we're going to kick things off right away here. No wasting time. We're going to try a food place just behind me. It smells really good. There's lots of people around, and yeah, it might be a little awkward to film. Well, this place looks delicious already. You can see them rolling up, well, what are pides, and there's an oven as well. We're going to start off though by trying this tasty drink. This is very popular here in Turkey. It's called Ayran, and when we were here, well, quite a while ago, we tried it and we were kind of so-so about it, but since then we kind of fell in love with this style of a drink. It's basically like a yogurty drink, but it's salty. So I realize that might sound kind of odd for, well, where we're from in Canada, but I'm just going to try it. Like I feel like a proper Turkish person. Like we drink this now like every day, and yeah, it's gonna come in handy. I'm hoping that the food we're getting is gonna be a little spicy because this will absolutely cut it down.
It's funny, I went back and watched our old video from when I first tried this, and I really didn't like it the first time. And I actually said that I could understand that maybe after a while when you tried it a lot, you'd get used to it and start to crave it. And it's so funny that I think I ended it with, but I don't think I'm gonna test that out. Now I love this drink. Whenever we go to a Turkish restaurant around the world, we always ask for this and try to get it, because you can't really buy it in stores like outside of Turkey.
And sometimes we throw people off when we ask for it because they don't expect us to ask for it.
It's so good, so salty, so refreshing. So to start things off, we are having something called Pide, which I guess you could sort of call is somewhat similar to a Turkish pizza, kind of a Turkish pizza. It's basically they make it kind of in like a long boat. Like they bake the dough into a boat and then they put all of the ingredients on the inside. We asked what the most popular one is. Honestly, I don't know what this is called, but it's got an egg and meat in it.
Yeah, we'll put the name on the screen because it is a long name, but egg and meat on a kind of a Turkish pizza, can't go wrong with that, huh?
It looks good. So I wasn't sure what to expect when she said there was an egg on it, because you know sometimes you see a pizza with like an egg in the middle of it, which I find a little bit weird, but I think it would taste really good. I don't think this is the case here. I think it's more of like a scrambled type egg that's over the top of the whole thing, but maybe I'll figure that out as I bite into it, which I'm gonna do right now. Wow, that is really, really delicious. It is almost like having a little thin omelet on top of a pizza crust. But throw in some very different spices that I'm not used to. I couldn't even tell you what they are, but really good, not too strong either. I can't even tell you where or what the meat is. I think it's very finely ground. Maybe beef, I'm not quite sure, but it's delicious. I love the crust too. You get a nice little crunch that I'm assuming was cooked in that wood-fired oven, and it's just perfect.
Next up, we're gonna try this Lahmacun. Now this also looks like a pizza. Like you can see the crust is really thin, but the thing about this one is the idea is you take a bunch of veggies and then you put it on there and then you roll it up. So you wouldn't know that. I had to ask, I had to double check, because I think we made that mistake before. We didn't know about that. We just kind of ate this as salad and then ate this on its own. But yeah, let me try to get this all together. All right, I'm gonna grab one of these tomatoes, and I don't know how much to put on this, but maybe we'll go with that. There's also a lemon over here. Kind of get some of that going. Then we will try to roll this. It's cut in quadrants, so I don't know how well this is gonna work. But yeah, the idea is you roll it right up, and then it becomes like a little finger food. So that's a lot of fun, but let's go for it. Come on. Whoa, this is absolutely delicious. The veggies that you put on top of this lahmacun just make it. It gives it that contrast. You got kind of like the soft lahmacun, and then you got all the crunch from the veggies as well. Oh my, it is full of flavor. There's also something going on in those veggies besides just the basics there. So mincemeat is in the middle of this as well. It's on the lahmacun, and then just extra spices. And again, you got that yummy crust. But if you're coming to Turkey, I would highly recommend you try this, because it's gonna be hard. to top this on our adventures here in Turkey. Before we keep eating delicious food, we just wanted to say a huge thanks to Squarespace, our longtime partner, for being the sponsor once again.
I'm pretty sure you guys know by now why we only use Squarespace to build our clients' websites, but did you know you can also build your very own website using Squarespace?
Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform that helps you stand out and succeed online. You can easily build your very own website using their super customizable templates. Each template has been crafted by Squarespace's own amazing design team and can be customized to fit your brand.
You'll fully engage your website's visitors with a full suite of visual design effects, which are built in and ready to go on any Squarespace website. There are dozens of modern and intuitive options. You can then connect your social and multimedia accounts in a few quick steps.
Are you ready to build your own website? Head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, head to squarespace.com/delightfultravelers for 10% off your first purchase of a domain or website.
And of course, a huge thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video and supporting creators like us.
All right, let's keep eating. We might have spotted what we're looking for right here. This looks like it, huh?
I think this is what we're looking for. We're looking for a couple of things. I have a few things on my list. One of the things we actually tried in the last video, so we won't be doing that one today. I have chocolate.
He totally did that on purpose. Anyway, we're looking for these things over here.
Yeah. So one.
Yes, one gevrek, cheese,
Plain?
cheese.
Plain, no cheese.
Good.
No cheese.
Good, good.
Cheese is good. Okay, cheese then.
Want
Cheese it
cheese?
is.
Oturacaksınız mı? Oturulan paket mi? Kendiniz oturacaksınız.
No drink. No drink. So one of those, and then what did you want over there? Huh?
Boyoz one, two.
Boyoz. Yes, just one.
One.
Bir boyoz abi. Gevrek. One gevrek peynir. Cheese.
With cheese. Yeah.
Bir gevrek bir de peynir abi.
All right, he's
Okay.
just telling us what to do.
So this little guy is called a boyoz. Boyoz? I think I'm saying that properly. This goes back a long time in history, and actually was first started here in, I think, like the late 1400s. The Sephardic, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, Jews that were originally in Spain. They got kicked out of Spain, and a lot of them came here to the Ottoman Empire and settled here. And they brought this little guy with them, and now it's something that you can find mainly here in Izmir. I don't know if you can find this in the rest of Turkey, but it's a big thing here. Traditionally, I think it's eaten for breakfast, often with a hard-boiled egg and tea, but we're just having it today like this. I don't know if there's anything in this as well. I read sometimes that you can get different fillings on the inside, but it might just be a plain one. You will find out. So apparently the ingredients in this are flour, sunflower oil, and a little bit of tahini, which is a sesame paste if you aren't familiar with it. So that sounds really, really yummy. I'm just gonna pull it apart. It actually seems a lot like it has the consistency of kind of like a croissant. Ooh, it's hard to pull apart though. Very, very flaky, as you can see. It's literally like blowing away as I pull it apart. Okay, let's actually try this. Well, it might have the general consistency of a croissant, but it actually doesn't taste like one. It's considerably more salty than I ever would have expected. When you see something like a pastry like this, you just expect it to be really, really sweet, and it's not at all. Maybe that's from the sunflower oil and from the tahini that's in there, but it's got a little bite of saltiness to it, which I really, really enjoy. I kind of like it maybe a little bit more than a croissant. It'd be interesting to have one that has some filling in it, so maybe we'll try that another day.
Well, we're gonna try this guy next. This is Gevrek, and you see this all over the city of Izmir. But what's interesting is it looks a lot like simit. Now, if you don't know what simit is, you can find that all over Turkey. Like, I mean, everywhere in this country. We have tried that before, I believe in Istanbul or Kaş, but this time around, we're gonna see what this Gevrek is all about, since it's kind of unique to Izmir. But if you look at this, it's a big, whole, giant kind of bagel-like, I guess, bread covered in all these kind of sesame seeds, and they're all toasted. But look at the size of this thing. Like, look at that. It's crazy. But let's pull this open and see what it's all about. It's gonna be messy, but oh yeah, look at that. All the sesame seeds are just falling off it right now. I just love how the inside of this thing looks. Enough talking, I'm just gonna go right for it and see what this tastes like. We've been staring at these for days now while we've been in Izmir. The first thing I noticed right away about this guy is just how fresh it is, but it's all about these sesame seeds. Like, they are just toasted. Some of them have those little kind of burn marks as well. It makes for such perfect flavors and such a contrast. Now, we got kind of the basic one. You can also get many different kinds of these. We saw one with cheese. The other day, I think the first day we got here, we had one of these when it wasn't broken apart on a plate, and there was an egg in the middle of it. So that was a lot of fun as well. I think we had it with sojuk, which is like a salami, I believe. I'm going off memory now, or a pepperoni, but it's so good. But I would highly recommend you try this. This doesn't look like it's going to be amazing or incredible, but there's a reason why these are so popular in Turkey, and the fact that they're on every corner in this city, like you can get this anywhere, yeah, there's a reason for that. It's because they're delicious.
Moving right along, we have come over to our next stop, and it happens to be on this super cute street, and there's also this amazing piece of street art right behind us, and we are going to be eating this. So this is called Manti, which happens to be Turkish ravioli. There seems to be a few restaurants in the city, probably quite a few, that specialize in it, but we found one on this adorable street, as I already said, so it seemed like the perfect place to come. It has very good ratings as well. So you can get it in all sorts of different ways. We went for the original, which is boiled. It's filled with beef, and then I think they put like a tomato sauce and a garlic yogurt on the top.
It looks like a soup or something like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of like sauce over top, and they also give you a spoon, which seems to make the most sense of how you eat it. I could be wrong, but I feel like when I've seen it in pictures at different places, it definitely comes in different shapes and different sizes. These ones are quite teeny tiny. Should be fun to eat. I love that it is kind of soupy, as Trevor said, so let's actually try it. Oh yeah, it's really, really good. It's quite soft, so I will say, if you are coming here for dental work and you can't chew things that are hard, come and eat this, because that's the thing I noticed right away, is you barely even have to chew it. It almost falls apart right in your mouth. Things that I also notice is a little bit of just like tomatoiness to it with the kind of broth that's on it, and then I love the yogurt on top. It gives you a little bit of tang, and we did ask for it with garlic. You have the option of garlic or no garlic. We asked for garlic, so it gives you a little garlic zing to it.
Well, Anna sold me on this thing. I'm gonna have to try it as well. I just love the color, like the yogurt's all over the top of this. It just makes this beautiful like rosé color. But yeah. Oh, that is just rich in flavor and so good. I absolutely love the yogurt on this. It just makes for a really unique taste and a unique flavor that we don't really get in other countries, but it's very unique to Turkey. I do remember having this when we were in Istanbul, and I'd highly recommend, if you're coming to Turkey, to try it, because it's absolutely delicious. It's one of the staples, one of their top foods to try here. Now, also, I know Anna just kind of made a statement there about dental work, so a little bit of an update. You guys might be wondering, I think we said in the last video that she went to get a crown replaced. Things are going really well. The crown is in now. However, I think today she's going back to get it readjusted, but I can see that if you did get some dental work, why you would come and eat this. Like Anna said, it's super soft and easy to eat. You could chew this on one side of your mouth. Well, we ate a lot the other day, and now it is a few days later, and we're in a whole new town here. We're not in the city of Izmir anymore.
Yeah, we decided to take a break from eating for a little while and then pick this up in the new town. This is called Alacati. It is the cutest little town. I think in the next video we'll probably do an explore video, but today we just want to eat one more thing.
Yeah, we're gonna go eat now, but we promise in the next video we're gonna show you around, because this is one of the most charming towns we've ever seen in our entire lives. Right now we are on the hunt for something called Durum. It's midday. It's pretty quiet out here, but you can see there's some people at cafes, huh?
Yeah, I think some people start to come out midday. We got here yesterday, and it was pretty quiet during the day. Very, very busy, like crazy at night, but it's nice and quiet and easy to explore during the day.
All right, we found the place we're looking for, and you can see this giant hunk of meat just spinning around, but look at this. We found some Ayran, and this is the most unique way we've ever seen it. It's all frothed up, and I cannot wait to have it. I think we had it in this video already, or maybe it was in another video, but we absolutely love this. If you don't know what it is, it's like a yogurt, but it's salty. It's I think to most Canadians, it would be strange, but to us, we absolutely love it now because we're getting used to it. This might be the best Ayran yet, but the reason we have come to this place is to try this guy.
So many of you have probably heard of a doner kebab before. It's very, very famous. You can get it the world over, pretty much anywhere. It's a little bit different here in Turkey. It actually is from Turkey originally. I think it was invented a couple hundred years ago, I believe, but you guys can correct me on this if I'm wrong. And a lot of things have come from that. So in Halifax, where we are from in Canada, we have a doner, which is kind of similar but quite different as well, but it's the official food of our city, and you can get shawarma and different things around the world that are kind of similar but are derived from this guy. But when you order just a regular old doner kebab here, you're gonna get a full-on plate with meat and veggies, and I think some sauces and probably some pita bread, and you kind of have to put it together yourself or just eat it. If you get it with as a durum, you'll get it already wrapped, which is, if that's what you're wanting, remember to order it as a durum. So the meat itself obviously comes off of a rotisserie. It's usually chicken. I don't believe this is chicken. Beef or lamb. So I'd say it's either one of those. I'm not quite sure which. We didn't ask. And it also has, I think, some sauce in there, some tomatoes, and some onions. And oh, it smells good.
All right, enough talking. We gotta try this guy out.
It's wrapped very well.
We're gonna share this as well because this is pretty big.
If you're not convinced already that you should come to Turkey, this itself is reason enough. All the other, there's tons of reasons to come to Turkey, but oh my goodness, this is absolutely delicious. Whatever is happening here is just perfect. There's sort of like red sauce on the inside. Probably someone can leave a comment and let us know what the name of the sauce is, but it's so good. The meat itself, nice and tender, and there's a nice little saltiness going on. The onions are perfect. I'm so glad we got it with onions and tomatoes. Definitely do that because it adds a little bit of crunch and a little bit of extra flavor, but the combo that's happening here is so good.
Well, I think it's safe to say that everything we tried in this video was delicious. Did you have a favorite?
Probably what we just had, but it's also like right in my memory.
Yeah.
Everything else was a couple of days ago, but oh my goodness, that was so good.
Yeah, if you guys are thinking of coming to Turkey, like not only is the landscape beautiful, and we hope to show you more of that in the upcoming videos, but like it is worth coming here for the food alone.
Yeah, and what we've eaten in this video is really just the tip of the iceberg. There's so many different types of dishes that you can get in this country, like just so many amazing things.
Yeah, now you might be wondering what we're going to be up to next. Well, since we're in Alacati, is that my saying it right?
Alacati?
Alacati.
Yeah.
We're going to be exploring the town. You might have heard me say this is one of the prettiest, most beautiful towns we've ever been to, and we were here for like maybe not even 24 hours, and we're going to try to show you why. This place is not your typical Turkish location. Let's just say that. I think you guys are going to be surprised. You might even see a windmill, I think, behind me there somewhere. So that's more unique to Greece than Turkey, but we'll get into that in the next video.
Yeah, I can't wait to tell you more about this place. Also to learn about it ourselves, because we are just really starting to learn about it.
Yeah. Now, let us know your guys' favorite food. If you're from Turkey, if you're a Turkish person watching, let us know what we missed and we should try in another video. We have more videos coming up. If you're new, it's Trevor and Anna. Welcome to the channel. Hit subscribe for more videos. If you're not new, thank you to each and every one of you for coming back every week. I know a lot of you watch from around the world, and hopefully you're as excited as we are to be here exploring the Mediterranean, Turkey again.
All right, guys, that's it.
From Alacati, wishing you delightful travels.
See you soon.